Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that there are some instances where you will need to print either your birth certificate or that of a relative's. And in this video, I will show you the easiest way to go about getting your birth certificate and the most up-to-date one at that. So stay tuned. But for starters, let me introduce myself. Hey friend, my name is Aaliyah and the goal with this channel is to help with all things Mexico. After moving to Mexico ourselves and having to figure everything out on our own, my husband and I now try and make things in Mexico sound not so foreign to foreigners who may be living in Mexico, so consider subscribing. This website was probably one of the most useful resources when it came to getting my husband's citizenship in Mexico. Because when we went to the Registro Civil office in Mexico with his father's birth certificate, they told us it was out of date. Well, really, they said, this is the brown one, we need the green one, which just meant you need the most up-to-date one. And this website helped us to acquire and print the most up-to-date one. So let's get to it. Once you go to the link on the screen and in the description, it'll pull up this website and it'll give you 3 options for things to do with your birth certificate and you want to obtenerla. Or if you prefer, I'm using Safari for this browser, you can translate it into English. I will go here, translate it into English, and you will click this first tab. It's a 4-step process before you get it. The first one is searching for it. And there are 2 different ways that you can search for the birth certificate. You can either enter the CURP, if you know the CURP, or the personal data. And I would personally say go for the personal data because sometimes when you enter in the CURP, it will work and sometimes it won't. It's really finicky. But the personal data seems to be a straight shot or a sure shot for us. So I'm going to enter the personal data in here. I'll start here. Entering in the first name. If you have more than one name on the birth certificate, put them both here. And then the first last name. And then the second last name isn't required. If it is on your birth certificate, you will have to put it in though, or on the birth certificate. And then the date of birth will be in the format of clicking the day first here, and then the month, and then the year in the format of 4 digits for the year. So starting with the birth. And then, so that was the date of birth, now the month of birth. And now the year of birth. And then the sex on the birth certificate. And then the state that you were born in. And I will say there is down here a section for registered abroad if you're looking for a birth certificate and you're born abroad. But I will select the state that I'm looking for. Then next you scroll down and you check the box, I'm not a robot. If you're not a robot, sometimes there'll be images that pop up to verify that you're not a robot according to this website at least. Then you hit search. And then here you enter the data of the father or mother or person who registered you here. So here I will put the father, their first name. Again, if they have more than one first name and given name, put that there. And then the first last name or the paternal last name according to Mexico, that's on the birth certificate. And this is an interesting instance. So the father in this instance that I'm entering doesn't have a second last name, but it only worked if I put in his first last name twice. So I'm going to put that in. So that's just a tip just in case it'll work for you too. So next I click continue. And then it'll ask you to confirm your information. And you just scroll through. Everything looks good for me. I will then confirm and continue. And then it will ask for a payment method. You can pay the 2 forms of payment that they accept is Visa and MasterCard. So American Express users, sorry. And then it will be in pesos before. So 58 pesos today would be about $2 and maybe 48 cents US. So I will confirm payment method, which is online, Visa or MasterCard. Confirm, I am okay with that. So then enter the data that corresponds to the person who will make the payment. So this is your information or whoever's information that's gonna pay. Okay, here I have entered in all the data that it requires. It asks for your name, your first last name, your second last name. If you don't have a second last name, I just put your first last name in just twice. It asks for your CURP. If you don't have one, you can put the generic CURP in for men or women, which is in the previous video. And then the RFC isn't required. State, municipality, none of these are required. And then the email is required though, so you'll do that. And then you'll confirm, you'll go to the next page. And it'll ask for a confirmation. You confirm. And then you proceed to pay. And then here is the name that appears on the card. So I'll type that in. And then next is the number, the card, actual card number. So I'll type that in. Next is the month of expiration. So here. And next is the year of expiration. And then next is the CVV code. And then after you have all that information entered in, again, it's 58 pesos, which is about roughly $2.88 US. Then you click Pagar or to pay. Next, you'll see a transaction approved and thanking you for your payment. So here you can now download it and you'll be all set. So I'll click download and open it up. Then you'll be all set. You'll be able to just download it. You'll just hit download and the actual birth certificate will pop up. So you can print it on regular letter size paper and it'll be accepted wherever you need it. I hope that was helpful. If it was, feel free to like the video or share it with someone you think may benefit from it. But nonetheless, enjoy the process, friends. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Nos vemos.